Alright guys, here's our main roof piston. And the instructions I'm about to show you, you want to make sure you follow them carefully. Watch every minute of this video, because if you damage this thing while doing this, you're going to have to replace it. And this thing is in the hundreds. The hundreds. The high hundreds too. Alright, the first thing we're going to do, if you got a vise, place it in a vise. I don't have a vise, and a lot of you DIYs don't have a vise. So what you want to do is grab something solid. You want to set it, let's set it like that. And what I'm going to do, take a pair of vise grips. And I should go right here. I'm going to set it sideways. I'm going to set it sideways. And I'm not going to put a lot of pressure on this. I just want to squeeze it just enough to hold it into place. Good. Great. Just like that. Alright, let's move on to the next step. We'll be right back. Alright guys, the next thing we're going to do, we got to remove this front part to the piston. Whatever you do, do not damage this piston. This piston, notice how nice and smooth it is. It slides on that seal. And if it's damaged, nicked in any kind of way, it will leak. So be very careful with that. Matter of fact, guys, what you want to do, get you a rag or something, and just cover that up, especially for the next thing we want to do. The next thing you do, grab you a special pair of vice grips. You notice how these vice grips look? They are made to grab round things without damaging them. Now, I'm still going to keep the rag up there for this, but if you don't have a pair of pliers like this, get 2 pieces of wood to stick to the side of there, and then use the vice grips to crimp on the wood. Don't try to use regular vice grips with a rag, because it will tear that rag up. Alright, the next thing you want to do is go on it. Make sure it's a nice grab. Okay. Next thing we do is get you a nice size 4-way screwdriver or flat. You want to stick it right between there, just like that. Hold on to the vice grips, and you want to take the screwdriver and go counterclockwise. Just like that. Loosen that up. Take that off. Put it to the side. And take off your vice grips. And you notice, look at that, not a nick or anything on that piston. All right, let's move on to the next step. We'll be right back. All right guys, the next thing you're gonna do, get you a nice empty container. Don't have to be clean, as you can see, this one dirty as anything. The 2 ends to your cylinder, just stick them inside there, because what you're gonna do now is take you a block of wood or something. Wood, don't use nothing metal up against there. Or if you want to be on the safe side, you can just loosely put that back. Take the block of wood, brace up against it, and slowly push this piston back. And if you look inside the bucket, let me pick this line up. You can see what you're doing is pushing all that fluid out of there. And you want to push this till it stops. Okay, now let's take that off. Well, bring it out a little bit. Bring it. Okay. Take this back off. And we'll be right back. Alright guys, the next thing we're going to do is grab you a flat screwdriver.
Question.
Yes, Sevi.
Why is that staying in there? How come it's not coming back out?
Good question. Alright, this piston is on a rod, and there's a little, let's say a grommet or sleeve on that piston. Now you got your 2 lines here. Now when the pump pumps fluid through this way, the piston will come out. If it pumps it through that way, the piston will go back in. So there's no spring action or nothing springing there, so you ain't got to worry about pushing in, it's coming back out. Now if you wanted to, you can put air to one of those lines and you can push it and the piston will come back out.
So because right now there's no fluid going through, it's not moving?
Right.
So.
All right, the next thing you want to do, now this part you're going to have to watch very carefully. There is a washer right here. And what you want to do is take a flat screwdriver. You want to put it right here, go up under that washer, and pop that washer right out, just like that. Yeah. Then, you got a little bushing right here. Pop that out. Now, inside there, you're going to see a snap ring. And that's the ring we're going to have to remove. Alright? We'll be right back. Alright guys, the next thing we do is take you a little pick or a small screwdriver.
Is it a fork?
Oh, that's what I said? Yeah. Oh. Okay, now inside there you're going to see this metal ring. That ring has got to come out. Now, if you can, sometimes you might get lucky and you go in there and try to pick that, get in there and pick that ring out, but a lot of times it ain't going to happen, so don't do that. Turn the ring, you got the opening right there. So you want to, now we're going to be drilling down right here. So you want to turn the ring until that opening is straight up. Dang it. There we go. Okay, good, right there. Matter of fact, let me see. I gotta go back a little bit. Okay, just like that. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, this part is very important. We have to drill a hole in this cylinder. Now, this hole has to be down 7/64 of an inch to be right there with that ring. What you want to do is grab your measuring tape and not on this side, but you want to start on this side. Now all these increments right here, those are 64ths. Over here, the spacing is 30 seconds. I know a lot of guys like, listen, I don't like math at all. So, we're going to make this, your measuring tape will have this. Count 7 of those increments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right there. Mark that on the measuring tape. And if your measuring tape don't have this, so some have millimeters or something on that side. On this side, what you want to do is go up to the 1/4 inch, and it's going to be right between that line right there. So now that we got our markings, what you want to do is go to the cylinder, place the 1 inch mark or whatever where you start at, right at the edge. Okay, and then mark your cylinder right there, dang it, at the 7/64 mark. Alright, and if you want, what you can do is, what you can do here is mark a few of them. So now you have your line going across, and then you can go right there. All right, the next thing you're gonna do, guys, grab yourself a punch, a center punch, which I'm about to show you what that is, and a 1/8 drill bit. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, we got our punch and we got a little hammer. Now, what's the punch for? Oh, that's right. We also have our 1/8 drill bit right here. If I go to try to drill right now into this, I could probably keep the bit steady, but it may not, and it might drill all to the side and mess up. So what the punch does is you set it right where you want it, and we want to pretty much right in the center. If you're off a little bit to the side, it's not going to matter, but try to stay right in the middle. Then you take a hammer and then you lightly tap it, Now, when you drill that, the drill bit won't scour everywhere. That's Sylvia's.
Scour.
And it'll drill right down. Now, this part is very important. What you want to do is as you drill down, and actually if you want, you could take a little marker on the drill, because you need to drill just till it gets past that point, till it comes out there. I mean, you would have to go all the way down and drill and hit that. I mean, you're not going to do that, guys. You're just not going to do that. So what we're going to do here is place our drill right here. Now you're drilling into aluminum. This is very soft. So as you can see, it's already cutting. And I'm not putting a lot of pressure down on it because I don't want to. And be very careful, come out here. And if you want to protect that, you can get a screwdriver or something and stick right there. Protect the shaft. Well, look at that perfect drilling. Look at that. Got it. Come up. And actually what it did, let's see what we hit here. Whoops, damn it. Dang it. Well, you didn't want to do that. You don't want to do that, guys. So let's get that cleaned out. Okay, and there you go. Look on top, there's the perfect hole. Okay, the next thing you want to do is take your pick again, and down here where the ring is, you want to turn your ring and look up in the hole right here. You want to turn it just till you'll see, I don't know if you can see inside it. You can see the tip of the ring through the hole. Okay, my friend, let me move over. You want to get the beginning of that ring. So I just want to make it just a little bit more. Great. All right, now let me see if this will work. Nah. Okay. Let me get a better pick. Be right back. All right, guys. The next part we're gonna do, I'm taking an Allen key, a 7/64 Allen key, and what you're gonna do is push the Allen key in there, and you're gonna push that ring down. And I got a pick. This is a little funky pick I got from a set from Harbor Freight. I'm not too particular about these picks because I found them to be very, very weak. So I'm hoping that it can go in there and hook the ring and pull it out. So what you do is take the 7/64, push it in there, come down here, push down on the ring, hook it.
I don't think you pushed down enough.
This thing is bending. You know what? Give me this one right here. Popped right out. There we go. Get you a good a good pick set. This was a Matco set from years ago. But there's our ring. Take our Allen key, bring it back out. All right, we'll be right back. All right, guys, the next thing we do is take our little piece up in the front, that little bracket, screw that back on. And actually, guys, you know what I want you to do? Because there's stuff in there. Take some carburetor cleaner, spray all that. You know, for those metal shavings and all, we definitely want to keep this thing clean. Alright, then screw this back on, and what we're going to do here is pull our piston back out. Pull our piston out. Once carefully, keep going, and out. Cool, buddy, look at that. Alright, We'll be right back. All right, guys, your old seal. Look at that seal, guys. That thing is busted up. That thing was not doing anything. Wow. You know what? Let's look. Let's
How
get.
does that happen inside there?
I don't know why I broke it, but because this is not rubber, it's like a nylon or something.
Oh.
So let's put this over this, and let's clean this up so we can see this a little better. There we go. And let's take all this out. Look at that, guys. Guys, you gotta absolutely make sure you clean this thing. You don't want no debris on it or anything. Alright, and while we're at it, let's set this to the side. We're going to clean that up again. Let's take our little bucket over here and clean out inside the cylinder. I don't care if you use the whole can on it. Use it. And then you want to get you some compressed air. If you don't have any air, go to Staples or one of those like stores and get those little air things to clean your keyboard out. And you want to just clean that out. And when you get your kit, you're going to have an O-ring kit. It's going to come with O-rings to do all pistons, cylinders on your car. You want to grab one of the big ones. Both big ones are the same size. So you want to grab one of the big ones. Open it up. Grab your piston. You want to put it on. Oops. Let's grab that bushing. Put it back up like this. Put it on there like that. Set this to the side. And then you want to grab you some hydraulic fluid. Now there's special fluid that go into this car, but for this procedure right here, you can just use a dab of hydraulic fluid, even jack hydraulic fluid. Just get some hydraulic fluid. All right, let's grab some and we'll be right back. All right, I got a cap full of hydraulic fluid here, and I'm just gonna pour it onto there. And this will help put some inside the cylinder. This will help reinstallation. And reinstalling this, just put that up there like that, and into there it goes. And what you can do here is take a little flat screwdriver and help push that down. Alright, let's take this back off. Make sure our piston is pushed all the way down. You want to make sure that bushing is pushed back to the point, back past the point where we can put our ring back in there. Don't push on this a lot. Just right there. Good. It's into place. All right, let's get our ring and we'll be right back. All right, guys. This is going to be like a little project right here. Take the ring. You want to start up there. Walk yourself around like that. Get your screwdriver. Pop it in. And it's into place. Look at that. Next thing we're going to do, got your little brush. You don't have to put this back and everything, so I like to make sure I put all this back in there.
You don't have to put it back?
No, you don't have to put it back. In case you, because sometimes that gets destroyed taking it out. I like to do that. Actually, what we can do here to make this a little bit easier, let's, where's our little, where'd I put the little bracket that screw onto that? what we're going to do here is bring our piston out. Put that around like that. Push it back in there. And we're going to see, and this is another thing, a lot of times you'll damage this washer coming out. We happen to be lucked out and it came out really good with no problems. What we're going to do, put our washer back up there. Slowly tap that back into place. And I am very lightly tapping that. There we go. Get our little carburetor cleaner here. Clean everything up. Put our little bracket back on. Bring the piston out a little bit. And actually you can tell whether it's working or not. And actually, I tell you what, this is how good. This is how we're going to test this. Here's our opening and closing. What we can do here is get a little air. And you got to slowly do this. If you're doing this with compressed air, slowly do it. And shoot that thing out real quick. Alright, so what I'm going to do is hook up a little air right here, blow a little air through it. Piston comes out. Go to the other side. Piston goes in. I know it's working. Cool. Get that off. Bring that, should have left it out. Bring it out. Get our rag. Put it back around the cylinder. Don't get no dirt with it. Just do that. Get our vice grips. Again, very important, do not use no vice grips with no teeth on it, and don't use no teeth on that or you will mess this up. Alright. Get our screwdriver and tighten this up. And it don't have to be that tight. Perfect. Let it go. And you are done, guys. You have just rebuilt your cylinder and you just saved you a bunch of money. Alright, we'll be right back.
Alright, so we just showed you how to rebuild your convertible top hydraulic cylinder. If you have any comments or questions, you can post it below in the comment section, or you can email Timmy at tim@astralautorepairs.com.
Part 3 coming up. Yeah, buddy.
Stay tuned for part 3 when we put the cylinder back in the car. And I hope you paid attention. If not, watch it again. This is Sylvia from Astral Auto Repairs. If we can't repair it, nobody can. See you next time.